Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Synced Up Equipment Academy. My name is Kyle, and in today's video, we're going to be learning our advanced spins exercise. Now, don't let the word advanced catch you by surprise or make you nervous or anything like that. It's just a more integrated exercise that has us spinning on multiple parts of the silk, or the pole and the flag in general, and work with different skill sets. Everyone has the ability to learn this, everyone has the ability to achieve it. It just takes a little bit longer to kind of integrate and get a grasp of it overall. But before we get into any of that, as always, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel first. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're hitting that bell icon so you can stay up to date with anything we post in the future. Anyways, with that taken care of, let's go learn our advanced spins exercise. So the goal of this advanced spins exercise is to have us working on multiple parts of the flag with the silk being up and down, as we're also integrating different skill sets such as regular drop spins, Peggy spins, and finger twirls. By the end of this exercise, we should have a lot of genuine practice working on multiple parts of the pole as we go through the skill sets. I'll go into more detail about this as we learn the sequence, but in general, the order of events is going to be our regular spins, both regular and inverted, followed by a spin medley that includes spins, Peggy spins, and finger twirls. Again, I'll go in more detail about it, but the general idea is going to be that progression as we go through. So we're going to start this exercise with our regular spins as well as our inverted spins. And what I mean by inverted spins is when we start our regular spins, we start with the silk up. When we do the inverted version, we're going to start with our pull up, but I'll explain that in a second. To start this exercise, we're in a second position turned out, and we'll stay in this position for the entire exercise. We'll start with our flag at right center like we do with regular spins. We'll pull, we'll do 8 counts worth of spins on the right side with our regular stop and the same normal transition we always do. And then we'll do 8 spins on the left side with our regular stop. From here, there is a small transition that's a little bit different. As we bring this top hand down to grab at the tab, I'm actually going to flip it over to grab thumbs down at the tab. So that way, when I start to move my left hand, I can also let the silk drop down to the right side of my body and bring the pole up to then grab with my left hand at the center of the pole, splitting the 2 tapes. I'm not grabbing at that top tape like my regular hip shoulder angle. I'm gonna grab at the center because when we did the other side, we were grabbing in the center of the silk. So we wanna make sure we match that as we go through. So I just finished my 8 regular spins on the left side, stop count 8. When I bring this top hand down, I'm actually gonna flip it over. I'll pull the pole up, silk drops to the right side of me, and I'll grab with my my left hand at the center of the pole. From here, I'm ready to pull 8 and then I do drop spins on the inverted side of the pole. So it's the same exact technique, but I'm just starting with the pole up, and every grab down is with the pole down, and then every right hand grab is with the pole up. So it's just the inverted regular spins. We'll do 8 counts of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, regular stop. The same transition, but we're not gonna flip the silk or anything like that. 1, 2. Go ahead and as you pull this top hand up on count 5, pull the silk out so it clears, just like we do for our pull hits exercise. And then we're ready to go with our left side inverted drop spins. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The transition here is going to be the same as we did on the left side regular spins, where that top hand is going to grab over at the tab and it's going to pull the pole to the other side as I bring that left hand to grab in the center again. This will bring me back to that starting position that I was at. So for the first part of this exercise, we do 8 counts of regular spins on the right side, the transition, 8 counts of regular spins on the left side, the new transition, and then we do right and left spins inverted, followed by the new transition to get us back to the starting position that we began in. So the next portion of this exercise is going to be our regular and inverted spin medleys. They're going to be broken up by the 2, but the overall sequence is going to be the same, and we're going to go over the regular ones first. In terms of order of events, we're going to start with 8 counts worth of regular spins, followed by 8 counts of Peggy spins, 8 counts of finger twirls, and then 8 more counts of regular spins before we do the same transitions that we did for the earlier part of this exercise. So to begin, we're in our regular right center position. We just finished the inverted left side drop spins, and we did that new transition that we went over that got us back to this right center position here. The first thing we're gonna do, like I said, is gonna be 8 counts of drop spins. So we pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, I'm just gonna go directly into my Peggy spin. So we have the same starting position, 1. We pull to that first Peggy spin, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. On count 8, I'm going to be grabbing at flat with my flag, and my right hand is underneath at the tab. So I just finished 8 counts worth of Peggy spins. From here, I move into my finger twirls, and we start the exact same way to pull down on count 1. So the only difference with the finger twirls specifically that's going to differ from what we went over in our explanation video on how to do a finger twirl is that instead of keeping it in the center of my body like we did in that video, I'm actually going to extend it out to the side of me and then bring it back to the center. So there's a little bit of side to side movement in the finger twirl. Whenever the silk goes up, that's when I extend out. As the silk comes back down, I'll pull it back in, and then I'll grab with my right hand when the silk is back up in the center of my body. So remember, we talked about we go down. As that index finger rolls over around to the other side and the silk goes up, that's when I extend out. And then when the thumb switches back to the other side, I start to pull it back in, and then we pull it back up in the center of my body. We'll do 2 finger twirls, which will be a total of 8 counts. So we just finished our Peggy spins. We go 1, 2, and 3, 4, down, up, and up. So that'll be 8 counts worth of finger twirls. From here, our right hand is where it needs to be to start our regular drop spin. So we'll do 8 more counts of that to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stop 8. And then we have our regular transition, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can do it on the left side. So quick review of that. We do 8 spins, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, followed by 8 Peggies, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and then we do our finger twirls, which extend out to the side of us, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we finish it off with 8 more spins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, the transition we did at the beginning of this exercise to get to the inverted side of the flag is going to remain the same for this part right here. I'm going to bring it down to the tab, and I'm going to flip that hand over 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I pull up count 5 to switch the other hand, I'm going to bring the pull up 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I am set up to do the exact same spin medley on the inverted side of the flag. So we just finished our spin medley on the left side. We did our regular stop, and we did that new transition that we've gone over in this video specifically. From here, we're gonna do the exact same sequence where we do 8 counts of spins, 8 counts of Peggies, 8 counts of finger twirls, and then 8 more spins with the same transitions. The only difference is that obviously we're on a different side of the pole, so it's gonna feel a little bit different in terms of when we go specifically through the Peggy spins, just making sure that we're grabbing on the right side of the pole and doing the right hand placement. So let's do a quick review of that. So we pull, we do 8 counts of regular spins in the center of our body, again with the flag inverted. We go directly into our Peggy spin. So right now my pole is up, which is different from the other side. My silk was up when we were doing the regular side, but now I go down to grab count 1. I'm gonna pull it around to grab with the silk to the right, count 2. When we did it earlier, we were grabbing with the silk to the left, so just be aware of that. I bring it all the way around to grab over, and then this is where I grab the tape. That's the first half. I bring it all the way around over, and then I grab the silk one more time. I bring it all the way around over, and then I grab the tape. That's what's gonna get me back to the regular position that we were at, yeah? So from here, I pull around to grab down. When you do this, you wanna try and sneak your hand back to the center of the pole as much as possible, or else you're gonna travel too far down the pole whenever you're doing your finger twirls. So when you do that last grab of the Peggy spin, from here to grab here at this tape, try and grab a little bit closer to that left hand. So that way when you bring it around, you're able to grab a little bit closer to the tape, yeah? From here, I grab down and my silk is up. I do my finger twirls on the other side of the pole. 3, 4, and this is where I can grab back at the tab, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Approach is the exact same. Again, we're just on a different side of the pole. From here, I do 8 more counts of spins. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We stop normally, and we have our same transition, remembering to pull the silk out of the way, so that way we can get into the next spin. Quick review on this side, we do 8 spins, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right into our Peggy spins, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, grabbing closer to then grab down, finger twirl, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, followed by 8 more spins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have that new transition that we did earlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where the end of the exercise will be, so you can either stop here or like any other exercise, you can repeat the whole thing if you would like to. Again, remember that the biggest thing that when you're doing the spin medley on the inverted side of the pole is gonna be those Peggy spins, making sure that you are grabbing on the right side of the pole as you go through it. And then when you finish that last spin, instead of grabbing at that tape, you wanna sneak it in just a little bit closer, so that way when you bring it around to grab down into that finger twirl position, you're able to get into that finger twirl a little bit easier as you go through. And that was our video on our advanced flag spin exercise. The key to accomplishing this exercise with a high level of success is going to be making sure that all of the skill sets that are presented in this exercise, you know very well. Like, you know exactly how to do your Peggy spins, and the hand grabs are second nature to you. You know exactly how to accomplish a finger twirl, and that does not have any difficulty for you. You know all the intricacies of a drop spin and so on and so forth. Because when we try and invert it, that's gonna be the hard part, is making sure that you maintain those ideas with being on the other side of the flag, and you don't let it confuse you as you're trying to work in the silk. As always, with every other exercise, the goal is to make the motion as smooth as possible. So as you're working through it and trying to make sure that you understand the hand grabs and the transitions and all that, you're trying to make it a smooth and continuous and clear transition or movement as you go through. Anyways, thank you guys for spending some time with me and learning this new exercise. Again, I know it can be a little bit difficult at first, but as always, just make sure that you're practicing, and over time, it'll become so much easier for you, and you'll have it almost be muscle memory. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one, and happy spinning.